Hi, Cancers. How are we doing today? I hope we're doing all right. All right, this is going to be your weekly from the 20th to the 26th. And we're using the Yin Yang Oracle. Just kind of idea of what's going on this week. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest. It's not your story. Don't make it fit. All right. I don't know what that was. All right. Me for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. All right. What does Yin Yang have to tell us for the week? We have Jupiter, self-worth, disharmony, and reflecting shadow work. Interesting. With watching. So you might have somebody watching you this week. I feel like it's somebody that you're breaking free from. We do have freedom with Uranus. This could just be a breaking free type of energy. You know, this might be you trying to figure things out and learn something new and just trying new things. At the same time, I feel like also with Jupiter, you're putting action into it. So whatever it is I feel like you're putting action into your own self-worth. You know, you're raising that vibration. And it might just be some kind of time that you are understanding your triggers and working through your own shadows right now with disharmony and reflecting. This thing is not sitting right and it's driving me nuts. I feel like that is a lot for a week. So we're going to try and break it down, make it a little bit more simple, because I feel like there's two just separate stories. So we're going to focus on right now is you taking action with something and raising your vibration. I feel like it's you expanding yourself and understanding your own self-worth this week. And we're going to get to the second part. Okay. We're using the unfolding path. And I feel like the other portion, disharmony and reflecting, is, you know, maybe you're in some kind of situation that you broke free from because there was a lot of conflict, a lot of competition, maybe there was a lot of fighting, and you're taking some kind of step back and releasing that energy to kind of just reflect on yourself at the moment. And it might be a good week to do that. You know, we do have the Page of Cups, so it's maybe something about giving yourself a little bit of love. This could be somebody coming in to apologize, I feel like, or just even offer you some kind of love. But I feel like with that Death card, it's definitely some kind of thing, you know, and this could just be your own thought process. If you're giving yourself love, that negative thought process that you're moving away from is letting things go. And if this is a relationship, it could just been a relationship that needed to end. All right, let's see what's going on. I feel like that was a lot all at once. That's kind of my motto for this week. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So definitely focus on work or working through something. You know, it's like having all these pentacles tied up in her hair. And I really like it because it's like she's just focused. It's just a quiet, soft, steady focus. You might have a lot going on in your mind right now. A lot of different ideas or a lot of different things focused around your money, your own independence, financial freedom this week. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Putting that effort, maybe changing your appearance up, the way you dress. And I like the peacock in there. So maybe showing yourself a little bit more love, dressing good, feeling good, looking good, smelling good, money's good, you know, pushing forward. I feel like with that Six of Wands there, it's like you're grabbing on to those wheels and you just keep moving. And whatever forward movement is definitely some kind of victory. And I love this Nine of Swords in reverse. So definitely, I feel like getting out of your own way, getting out of your head, maybe pushing through some anxieties this week. So definitely a good start. And then we have the Ten of Wands, the burden of it all. So definitely, whatever this energy is, I feel like it's definitely a burden. You know, I feel like It might be somebody coming back to offer something to you. Maybe they're wanting to build something new, but I think you're going to have to really focus on what your wishes are and some kind of ending that happens. I feel like the more you focus on your wishes, the less painful that ending is going to be. So definitely a week of working through, I feel like, insecurities. Definitely, focus on how you feel on the outside, the inside. Focus on your money. How are you financially stable? Embracing the smaller victories allows for you to slowly get out of your head, especially with that 10 of Wands there. It's going to be a burden. It's going to be hard. She's trying to drag that heavy bag up all these flights of stairs, but it's one step at a time. That's all you need is one step at a time. I do feel like this is a judgment call that you've made. So definitely a good week. Definitely putting some action and work into something. And a lot of it, I feel like, is either one, a very healing process, or you're really focused on your own self-worth. Understanding your triggers, maybe taking the time out to reflect, especially with shadow work being there. And shadow work is not an easy thing, but I think there's going to be some tumultuous waters before you get to that 6 of Swords type of energy, and it might be something that you need to communicate to loved ones. So that might be something that you have going on, but I feel like if you're feeling like you're definitely in some kind of continuous cycle, it's time to break free of that. We have the 5 of Wands in reverse and 3 of Pentacles. It's like not really wanting to deal or work with conflict at the moment. I think you just want to set sail and just keep moving forward with that 3 of Wands. And I really like that energy. I feel like I'm going to have to reset this deck after this read. So definitely during this week, I feel like somebody is watching you, and it's probably somebody from your past that wants to return. But I feel like you're trying to break free from whatever that situation is and really just release it, and I think a lot of it's embracing, your more feminine side, whether you're man or female. It's up to you. Just nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, and working through whatever those issues are. If this is some kind of career, which I feel like most of my reads this week have been more about love in general. This is about, I think, knowing who you are and being inspired to create the things that you want, and understanding that starting something new can also be triggering, and allowing yourself to work through that. So apply that however you need to, whether it's work or career, love, new projects. It's all about understanding who you are as a person. All right, now we're going to get to the love portion. Definitely ain't going to be a busy week for you, but I do believe we're still in Mercury retrograde. I'm not very good with the stars, but I'm learning them. All right, we're going to use the Dreamy Home Fortune reading. I don't know, it's really pretty. It's got a little moon on it. And for some reason, I was feeling pink that. All right, what do we have for our beautiful Cancer in love? I think my dog's in here. I didn't see him, but I felt him. All right, what do we have for my beautiful Cancers for love? All right, I just need one card, please. You've got 2. So we're going to take it. We have Light Bulb, Creativity, Shine, and Temptation. And then we have Broom, Renewal, Clarity, and Space. With Toaster, Sudden Rise and Spring. Something fun is about to pop. Let this joy light up your day. So the light bulb, I like that. It's kind of like having an idea. So the comment on here says, when drawn to something bright, check it, see if it truly benefits you. So I think that's maybe something that you're going to have to keep in mind, is just because it's shiny doesn't really benefit you, you know, because it's also about having those temptations. So I feel like maybe you're tempted to have some kind of renewal when really you should be shining in your own space, you know, and rising above. So I feel like you can take it either or way, back and forth. It doesn't matter. Energy is energy. So allow yourself to shine in some kind of way, which I feel like gives you clarity and gives you enough space to really rise to the occasion and to rise to be who you are. And I also feel like this could be you being tempted to have some kind of renewal. I don't know if you want that or not. That is up to you. All right, let's see what the love, boundaries, and new choices oracle deck has to tell you. That's a really long name. I feel like I'm not glued in today, which is sad because I am a Cancer sun. You're healing in ways you can't see, and I feel like that's part of that shadow work we're doing behind the scenes. Sex isn't an apology. I love that one. Because it's not a way to get your ex back either. Don't do that. Stop romanticizing the red flags. So I feel like the light bulb moment is also the notice of red flags. It also allows you to see it. So if this is somebody coming back, I want you to really pay attention to the red flags. And remember that sex, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube or not, but that word is not a good way to get exes back. It really just ends up hurting you more. And then we have you're healing in ways you can't see. So allow yourself to heal. And I love how that light shows that she's rooted. Especially, you know, it feels like she's been tired for a very long time. And then we have lessons, not lifetimes, on the bottom. So what lessons are you learning? And remember, it's not going to last a lifetime. All right. That's what I have for you, beautiful Cancerians. You guys have a great week, and I will see you later.